Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be addressing several questions that I've been getting, such as, why do computers think differently than people? How do they think differently? Why do they choose certain lines over other lines of analysis? And why is it important to see what a human thinks versus just what the computer thinks? And so hopefully these examples picked out will help to kind of show that. So first off, when I was newer to chess, I used to only care what the computer thought. I didn't care, what people think or, whatever, and that kind of set me back a little bit. And we're going to start off with this example here. So in this example, it comes to the question of why did the computer choose knight takes f3 over rook takes e3? So, the main thing here is that any human will tell you it doesn't matter, because black is winning so much that either move will lead to the win, so you shouldn't really bother caring that the computer thinks knight takes f3 check is 4 points of the computer evaluation better. It just doesn't matter. So in the game, let's take a look at what was played in this game. So rook takes e3 was played, and after rook takes e3, black wins because white resigned. But why does the computer like knight takes f3 better? Well, this is why, because bishop e2, and then maybe queen f2 check, and king f2. So white is up 13 points of material. If you want to go through and count, go ahead. But here's the difference in the other line with knight takes f3 check. So knight takes f3. So let's go back. If knight takes, rook takes. If knight takes f3 check, maybe king e2, knight d4 check, and let's go through here. We can see that white is now up 16 points of material. So there's a slight material difference, you can see, and that's really it. So the computer likes the material better, but in reality, it doesn't matter. You're winning either way. Okay, so that's definitely the answer. Let's move on to the next example I have picked out here. So here we have, this example is going to be from the King's Indian defense. So let me look for these moves. This is a variation that I actually have gotten a chance to play, and I think it's kind of a cool variation. So let's just go through it. This will kind of show the difference as well between like just thinking about material and thinking about the position. So let's go through here, check, and this is what happens. So black gives up the queen for 2 bishops and 2 pawns. And so this is the variation. And the computer instantly will tell you that white is better. But actually, this position scores pretty good for both sides. Like, it's not exceptionally better for white as far as score goes in the database. Black actually has a pretty good deal of wins, and the reason is that black does have 2 bishops, so that's very good in this position. 2 bishops versus no bishops. And really, it's only 1 point of material, so it's not really that big of a material deficit. Another key thing that is really different for human players is the ability to formulate plans and to improve the position. And for black, there's a lot of easy ways to try to improve this position. For white, though, you have to be thinking, this king's going to have to brace for carnage. He's in the center of the board. And you got to think, where are my pieces going? Where's this knight going? He's a little bit blockaded at the moment. What about this knight? He's going to have to take some time to improve, And it's just a little bit easier for black to formulate some type of improvement, and try to get things going. And this is actually a fun position to play, so if you ever get a chance to play it, try it out. Okay, another position. Here's another example of computers and how they think very strange as opposed to humans. So this was from a game of mine. And as you can tell, I really screwed up because I lost a bishop. And how I lost it, I'm not going to show because it was really stupid. I wasn't paying attention. But anyways, I'm down the bishop. And this position, black is definitely better. And the computer will tell you, black's better, gives long lines of analysis, and just keeps giving moves and moves and moves, and you can just keep going down the rabbit hole if you want. But a human player will tell you that this game is just about over. The human player would tell you it's almost impossible for black to win this one. Because if you look at it, a human player say, dark squared bishop, light square here. And black only has the rook pawn left. So it becomes really difficult for black to try to win this one. And it's almost already like a draw. Because if we go and we look at the moves, I have this idea, and I just say, well, I'll put my pawns on light squares, rook over on h5, and I'll be cutting off this over here. It's difficult for the black king to step down to help the pawns, and there's no way for this black bishop to ever attack these guys. And so a human player is just it's over. So I offered a draw after a few more moves, just to make sure my opponent knew that I knew what I was doing. And offered a draw, game over, because human player just says, yeah, it's just about impossible to win. Because if the rooks ever come off, there's just simply no way I can even lose these pawns if the rooks come off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But again, that's one other key area that computers kind of fail. Is there's a lot of endgames. I remember even once watching a big tournament between the grandmasters, and the computer was saying, oh, black's winning or white was winning, and then the two players agreed to a draw. So there's another area there. Okay, so hopefully this highlights some of the differences between people and computers, and why seeing how humans analyze positions can still help you improve. The computers don't explain ideas. They just explain, variations. They just give you variations and lines. But without the understanding of why, sometimes a lot of those variations can be lost. Knowing why is very important. Alright, so hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that helps out. Yeah, thanks for watching.